So today we want to talk to you about creating a new contract using both Zipforms and Skyslope, which is what we use for EXP in New Jersey. So in an earlier training, we showed you how to create a template for the documents that you need for a particular transaction. So if you're not aware of that, look back at our previous videos and it will show you how to create that template. So today we're going to use one of those templates to create a transaction and create a contract to purchase a home. So the first thing that we need to do is go to transactions and click new. And this is going to be a purchase or offer. And we can just put in an address here. We'll just pick one here. And when I click on residential, because I have templates created, it will automatically add the buyer contract information that I use for this transaction. So all I'm going to do now is click save. And now all of the information that I need will be right here. So since I've created that template, I have the contract, I have my CIS, my wire fraud, my Attorney General memorandum, and the transaction cover sheet, which is very helpful in filling out all of the information. So this is all that I need to do in Zipforms. So to create the transaction, I am now done, and I'm going to go into Skyslope. And what I am going to do here is go into Working Documents and Zipform Plus, and this will now pull that transaction from Zipforms Plus. So I have this here. So I have logged into Skyslope, and I'm going to go to Working Documents and then go to Zipform Plus. And now over here are the different transactions that I've created in Zipforms Plus. So I will go to my test 123 Main Street. And now all of those documents that we saw in Zipforms are here. So what I prefer to do here is use this cover transaction sheet. And what this does is you go in here and you can fill in all of the pertinent information for your transaction. So you can fill in your information, your buyer information, seller information. So you could put in names, addresses, all of the pertinent information that you're going to need for the transaction. The seller here, I have pre-populated this with my info. So you're going to have all of your selling broker information, listing broker information. It automatically put in the address that I had named it. So all of the stuff here you can put in. You don't have to use this, but you can. It makes it a little easier when you then go back to fill in the other documents. So you're going to want to go through and make sure that all of these documents have the right information on them. If you're not using the cover sheet, then you can go in here and fill these out with all the information that is necessary. So this one's a little slow to load. But this is the main part of what we're working with here is the contract of sale. So now you can go in here and fill in all of the pertinent information. So all of these blue spots here are areas that you can then fill in. Now, if you use the cover sheet, all of these things will be filled in as best as you filled out the cover sheet. So as you go through this, you will fill all of this information out, make sure it's all right, and then you would hit the save button to make sure that you've saved all of your work. Now, I didn't really do anything. So once you've filled all of these out, you're going to need to get these signed by your client. So you're going to check off all of the forms that need to be signed by your client. And you're going to, and the cover sheet doesn't get signed. That's just for you to use. So you're checking off these 4 and hitting DigiSign. So this will allow us to actually sign these documents. So right now we are not going to assign a property because we don't actually have the contract yet. So once you're done and you actually have a signed contract, then you'll go back and you'll create an actual transaction in here. So now here we have templates that tell DigiSign where things need to be signed. So we're going to go in here and click on choose template. So this is the contract, and we can just type in contract, and this is for so we're going to get the contract for a buyer. So we want to make sure that we get the right one here. See, there are all different versions here. And this is the contract of sale for buyer. So we apply that, puts that right up to the top, and done. CIS, same thing here. Type in CIS. This is for a buyer. Done. Wire fraud for a buyer. And the Attorney General. As you see, once you start typing, it brings them up, so you can do that. Okay, so we are done here. So now we have the templates set for all of these documents that we have here. So now we're going to go next. And now we need to have our buyers sign the contract as well as you. Now we're not having the seller sign, so we're going to uncheck that box, remove recipient, uncheck all of the seller boxes, and then we need to put in people who are going to sign this contract. So we'll just have one buyer, and that'll be John Smith. And then we just need to take out any ones that are not going to be used. So for this example, we're going to have John Smith sign, and we're going to have me sign. And you can decide if they're going to sign at different times. At the same time, someone might only need a copy of this, so you can put that in. Maybe it's a lender or a relative or someone. So you can put that in as well. So you can drag these if you want, so someone signs in a particular order. But we're good. That looks good enough. So now it's going to show us all of the documents that are going to be signed, and it's going to show you where everyone is going to sign. So if you really want to and you need to move something, you can just click and drag. If you needed to add something, so if you decided you wanted to add, say this, someone else to sign or something was missed, you can do that here. So if I wanted to add a signature, I tap the signature and then tap where I want it to go. And then you can assign who signs that. So you can do that all here. But I don't want that, so I'm just going to delete it. So all of the documents that we're going to have signed, obviously you would have information filled in here, but all of that is here. You'll see all the initial spots and all of the things that need to be signed. So we're going to say that all looks good. And now everything looks good. All the numbers are right. And now we are going to send this to the client to sign. So we click the send button. And here's basically an email that's going to be sent. So you can write whatever you need here to explain what's happening to the client to get this signed. And then once you type that email, however you see fit, you'll hit send for signatures, and it will go out to the client and to you, and you will actually have the opportunity just to sign right now if you want to. but it will go out to all the parties that need to sign this document. So that is how we use Zipforms and Skyslope to create a contract to purchase a home in New Jersey. And like I had said earlier, there is a previous video that explains how to use Zipforms to create templates to put all of those documents into one place. So hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.